Bonjour, everybody. Hi, this is Neshi Lokotz. Welcome to Star Nations Organization's main fan page. And this is where the live stream show that I'm host of is Communications from Home. So welcome. Welcome to Communications from Home. It's a live stream show right here on Facebook. And we've been doing these live stream shows now for, since September. We moved all of our shows over from Blog Talk Radio to live stream so that we can literally be with you through the live stream shows. So welcome, everybody. Tonight, for Communications from Home, it's a special night for me. The last Tuesday of every month, I had made a decision a while ago that I wanted to do a show where we can be together in meditation. And when I say meditation, I mean, I tell you what, our phones, they're nice, but when you want them to be quiet, I forgot to put mine on airplane. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that we had a night here at Star Nations where we can be in the frequency of love, the vibration of love. And we have, my sisters are having a little chat on Messenger. And so they keep going back and forth. So that's what the buzzing is all about. So the meditation that we're doing is called the Unity Breath Meditation. It's a guided meditation. And it is a meditation that is done by indigenous people from all over the world. They call it different things. I learned this meditation back in the early 2000s. And back then it was a little bit different than what we have today. Back in the early 2000s, it did take quite a bit of work to be able to get into what I call the zone, where you're kind of in between the totally awake and the trance kind of state, right? And so it did take a little bit. And when I was studying with Drenville Melchizedek back in 2012 is when we started doing the Unity Breath meditation differently. He had taught us that the Kogi Mamos from South America, they had taught him this particular meditation. And he did kind of adapt it a bit for what he calls industrial humans. Well, Connie Vodder's in the house. Hi, Connie. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. And Mado's here. Thank you. Yay, Mado. Thank you for being here. Kind of missed you this morning. And Minnie Kansman. Minnie is one of my sisters. And but she is also one of our Star Nations live stream show hosts who is starting a brand new show starting in July. We're co-hosting a new show called Nature Adventures, and it's going to be, I can't wait for our first show. And she's also one of our contributing writers for the magazine. And so she's going to be starting a new column called Nature Adventures. And so I can't wait to see her very first article for us that's going to be coming out in August. So that's Minnie's in the house. And one of my other sisters, Christine's in the house too. Christine is, she is an artist. She is an artist, and she has done many, many pieces for books, and she's had some things hung in galleries, and she's published. She's a published artist. So welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're with me tonight. And I got sisters in the house. It's always a good time. So anyway, about this meditation, the reason why I wanted to bring it to you through Communications from Home live stream show is it's a time that we can be together and come together to do a meditation that's based in love. Now, Drunvalo, when he was talking about this meditation to us back in 2012, he was saying that the Kogi Mamos knew that there was a certain frequency, it's like a key, a certain frequency that connects us not just to our heart, but to the higher realms for ascension. And in order to have that frequency, we have to be in love with Grandmother Earth and Grandfather Sky, and to have that triangle. It's a tetrahedron for those who study sacred geometry. The sacred, the Holy Mother and the Holy Father and the Divine Child, right here on Earth. And so the indigenous people all over the world knew that there was a special feeling, a special energy, if you will, when they brought the two elements of Grandmother Earth and Grandfather Sky together when they were in prayer. They knew that it changed the frequency. And so that's what this meditation does. And I've been teaching this meditation since 2012. It's one of my favorite ones, not just to guide, but to actually do. And those people who have studied with me for Awakening Illuminated Heart, this is a part of that class work. And you can feel the shift of the energy when we start to bring those images to us. And the meditation, I want to explain a couple of things to you before we actually get started, because it's going to help you in the imagery that you want to bring to your mind. Okay. And so the imagery use in itself is a very feminine energy, rather than the written word, which engages the mind, actually the left brain. The imagery connects our mind and our heart. Okay. And so there's a couple things that I want to show you so that it'll help you to be able to help with the imagery. Okay. In the meditation, there's going to be a part where I ask you to turn your attention to your crystalline tube, to your pranic tube, it's also known as. And many people may not have recognized that term. And so I want to explain it to you. And let me find my picture here. All right. So this crystalline tube that runs directly through the center of us brings in universal energy down through the top and up through the bottom constantly. It's a constant, even, gentle flow of the universal energy flowing through us. And when we turn our attention to it, to our crystalline tube, we can actually kind of sense that energy flowing through us. Okay. And I like this picture. Take myself off from that. Here is a picture that I think is a really good image of the universal energy coming down through your crown chakra, because it flows right through your chakras. And this is something that is constantly happening. There's nothing that you have to do to get it started. There's nothing that you have to do to regulate it. It happens automatically. We just have to realize that it's there. Yeah. And Minnie is saying, I'm so excited about nature adventures. So am I. So am I. And so the universal energy flows through us down through the top of your crystalline tube and up through the bottom. And the crystalline tube is the end of it is about a hand's width above your head and a hand's width below your feet. And the tube itself is about the size of the diameter of your wrist. So if you got to show this right. If you measure your wrist, your crystalline tube is about this wide. Let's see if we can do this. It's about this wide, and so that is what runs through the center of us. That crystalline tube, also known as the pranic tube. The thing is that Grandmother Earth also has the same. She has the same thing. She has a pranic or crystalline tube running through the center of her as well, and universal energy flows through that. Because we are her children, our bodies replicate her, both in our physical body, our energy bodies as well. Yeah. So what in the meditation, I'm going to be asking you to turn your attention to your crystalline tube, and to sense that flowing of that universal energy. Okay. The other thing that will be helpful for you to know is this, that our bodies generate energy fields. And we kind of already knew that, right? But there's two energy fields that's generated. And the in this picture, I think, is a good one, a good image that shows us this. At the very top, you can kind of see a funnel, right? That's supposed to depict the crystalline tube, the energy flowing through. And as it flows through our body, through our heart, it's part of our Merkaba. It's called a Leonardo's sphere. And this is the outer sphere that around us. And when you activate your Merkaba, this energy field is activated, and it surrounds us. It's about 6 feet in diameter, about, not quite, but that's the bigger field. The smaller field on the center is actually a field that's generated by your heart, by your energetic heart. And they create a toric field. And that toric field is like a donut, because it's flowing through the hole of the donut, okay? And it creates this energy field, and it's called a toric field. And so as that universal energy is flowing through us, it creates this toric field around us. All right? So, it's just some technical things that I want to make sure that you understand the concept of, or at least what they look like. The other thing that is helpful is this image. Many people who study the Kundalini chakra system will recognize this. This is the Hara line. And the Hara line goes right straight through the center of us, through our chakras. And that is also the pranic tubes path, the crystalline tube path. Yeah. Some people will recognize that. And let's see, there's one more, if I can find it. One more picture. It is the picture, during the meditation, what I'm going to be asking you to do is to bring images to your mind. The first set is going to be about Grandmother Earth and the things that you just love about Grandmother Earth. It could be nature itself, the landscape, the flora. It could be an animal. It could be a pet. It could be a grandchild. And the important thing is to bring this image to you and to feel the feelings that you have about this. So anything and everything that you just love and appreciate about Grandmother Earth, and feel the feelings about her with that, the love that you feel, okay? And the same thing we're going to be doing for Grandfather Sky. And bringing those images that you just love about Grandfather Sky, whether it's the stars, the moon, the sun, rainbows, those things that are found in the sky, and what you love about them, and feel the feelings about them, how much you love them, how much you appreciate it, how beautiful they are, bringing the feelings to you. The feelings, your emotions, are very important. They're the fuel. They're the fuel that helps us to ground that frequency of love to the earth plane. So feel the feelings, okay, as best you can. And it's okay. It's okay for your mind to go from one image to another. As long as you feel the feelings about those images, that's okay. A lot of people that have that they have to stay with one image, and they force themselves to do that, right? But if you have several images that you have about either grandmother or grandfather, it's okay to use whatever you want with that. And it's okay as long as you feel the feelings with those images. It's fine. And then I'm going to ask you to actually imagine a sunrise or a sunset. Okay. And this is a time of day. We get this twice, sunrise and sunset, right? And this is where grandfather sky and grandmother earth actually touch. And we get to see this twice a day. And so an imagery of those times, whether it's a sunset or a sunrise, that you can bring to you in your mind. Okay. So we're working with imagery here. Yeah. I'm going to check the chat room quick here. Rochelle's in the house. Hi, Rochelle. She says, I want to listen to you, but my tooth, I have a dry socket going back to the oral surgeon tomorrow. Aw. All right. Well, then you know what? That's okay. Just listen, and the energy field of love is going to be flowing. So hopefully that will actually help you with your pain to alleviate it just a little bit, so you're a little bit more comfortable. I'm glad you're going back to the doctor tomorrow. I know it hasn't been good, has it? And Minnie is saying, great crystalline tube image. Yeah, I know it is, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So one thing I do know is that to be able to bring those images to us, what we need to do is be in the moment, to be here now, to have every aspect or as much of yourself to be here now. Okay. And we're going to do a little work on that. It's part of the meditation. We're going to get our body relaxed and turning our attention to our body. So with that, if you can find yourself a comfortable place to be, you don't necessarily have to watch me do this on the live stream. You can be in a chair. If you're in a chair, if you want to have your feet flat on the floor, okay, and your back as straight up as possible. So if you have to get a pillow or pillows behind your back so that you're comfortable. You can be on the floor if you'd like. You can sit on the floor. If you sit on the floor, it's okay if your legs are together. You know, they're not crossed, but maybe over the top of each other. That would be all right. Because what we want to do is have an open circuit. Our body be an open circuit rather than having our legs or our arms crossed. I know that it's a tendency, especially here in the West, is for us to cross our legs, and when we're sitting in a chair, we want our feet flat on the floor. Okay. If you feel like you want to lay down and do this, that's fine too. As long as you can hear my voice well, that's all that really matters. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you just a second to be able to get comfortable. Some people like to take off their jewelry or their glasses. It's getting comfortable. Just giving you a second to do that. All right, good. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing our attention to our body, okay? And when we do that, that helps us to be here, to be fully present. All right. So if you could please close your eyes for me. And I'd like you to take a really deep breath in, really filling up your lungs, okay? And then on the exhale, just going really slow. Here we go. Big, deep breath in, and then blowing it out. Good. Now just breathing easy and naturally. And we're going to do that one more time. Really bringing in a big, deep breath, really filling up your lungs. And on the exhale, blowing it out. Filling up your lungs. That's good. And now just breathing easy and naturally. I'm going to ask you to take a big deep breath in again, but this time on the exhale, what I'd like you to do is to imagine a white mist coming from your mouth. Okay? Here we go. Big deep breath in. And on the exhale, seeing a white mist coming from your mouth. Good. Just breathing easy and naturally. We're going to do that one more time. Big deep breath in and imagining a white mist coming from your mouth. Here we go. Breathing in, exhaling, and seeing a white mist. There. Good. Just breathing easy and naturally. Now turning your attention to your feet. Just noticing them. Noticing how your feet feel. And now notice how your calves feel, the calves of your legs. Just noticing the muscles. Turning your attention to your knees and noticing how your knees feel. Good. And now turn your attention to your thighs, your upper legs, and just noticing how your muscles feel. Good. Very good. Now taking a nice, easy, deep breath in, and on the exhale, you can feel your legs relaxing. Relaxing. Feeling the muscles of your legs relaxing. Noticing how your feet feel relaxed. And how your calves and knees are relaxed. And noticing your upper legs, your thighs relaxed. It's good. Now turning your attention to your stomach muscles and just noticing them. Noticing your diaphragm. Notice the muscles across your chest. Notice how they feel. It's good. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your stomach and your diaphragm and your chest muscles relaxing. Deep breath in and exhaling. Feeling your chest muscles relax. It's very good. Turning your attention to your low back, noticing how your low back feels. Just notice. And now notice your mid back and your shoulder blades, noticing how they feel. Noticing the tops of your shoulders. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your back muscles relaxing. Feeling your back relax. Letting go. Smoothing out. Relaxing. And now notice your fingers and your hands, noticing how they feel. Noticing your forearms and your elbows. Noticing your upper arms and your shoulder sockets, your joints. Just noticing them. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your hands and your arms relaxing. Relaxed. That's good. And now notice your neck. Notice how your neck feels. Noticing your jaw. And the muscles around your eyes. Notice how they feel. And your forehead. Noticing your ears. Notice how they feel. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel your body relaxing. 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 In your imagination, imagine being surrounded by a white light all the way around you, bathed in it. This is the light of the Creator, protecting you. Good. Breathing easy and naturally now. Turning your attention to your pranic tube, your crystalline tube. Sensing, feeling, seeing universal energy flowing through your crystalline tube, this gentle flow from the universe flowing through you. This universal energy that we all share. The gentle flow down through the top and up through the bottom. And just notice when it meets in your high heart. Just notice that gentle flow of the universal energy. In your imagination, imagine Grandmother Earth and the things that you just love and appreciate about her, bringing those images to you. It could be your special place in nature, a place that you just love. It's so beautiful. Noticing the colors, a gentle breeze, any scents or aromas of grandmother, the loneliness of the soil. Your special place. Or maybe it's a child or a pet. And how they look at you and the love in their eyes, or if they're on your lap, how much you love them. It's good. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, turning your attention to Grandfather Sky. To a night sky. And bringing to you all of those images that you just love and appreciate about Grandfather Sky. A starry night. A bright full moon. Good. Now, in your imagination, imagine taking all that love that you felt for Grandmother Earth, all of that love that you feel for her, and place it in a crystal, a beautiful crystal. And with your intention, sending it to her, down to her heart, down to her core. Sending all of that love that you have for Grandmother Earth for her, down to her. As you take a nice, easy, deep breath in, and as you exhale, you can feel Grandmother responding, sending her love to you, and noticing, sensing that love that she has for you. And where do you feel it in your physical body? Noticing it. It could be a color, a feeling of Grandmother's love for you. That's good. Feeling her love. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, bringing that love that you have for Grandfather Sky to you. How much you love Grandfather Sky. And gathering all of that love that you have for Grandfather Sky. And placing your love in a beautiful crystal. And with your intention, sending your gift of love up to the sun. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, you can feel Grandfather Sky's love coming to you. Sensing it, feeling it, seeing it. And notice where you feel his love for you in your physical body. How much he loves you. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, bringing to you those images of a sunrise or a sunset. The beauty of it as Grandfather Sky touches Grandmother Earth, showing the love for each other that they have for each other. It's a gift that they give to us every single day, twice a day, that we can sense and see, feel the love that they have for each other. In this beautiful, beautiful sunrise or sunset. Noticing the colors, the feeling that you have for this beautiful place of love. And notice where you feel it in your body and in your heart. Their love for each other. As you take a nice, easy, deep breath in, and as you exhale, imagine being surrounded by their love for each other and for you, their divine child. Bathing you in their love. Notice what it feels like, sensing it, seeing it. The Divine Mother, the Divine Father, and you, the Divine Child, creating the Holy Trinity right here on earth. Through this love between the three of us, Grandfather Sky, Grandmother Earth, and the Divine Child, we raise the vibration to love. And we affect all those around us in this frequency of love. Taking a nice, easy, deep breath in. And as you exhale, coming back to the present time, the present place. Coming back. And when this feels complete for you, you can open your eyes, you can stretch, wiggle your fingers, your toes, coming back to the present time. Opening your eyes. And if you could put a comment in the comment section to let me know that you're back, or if you're feeling kind of floaty or not quite in your body yet, we can help you with that, okay? So if you notice that at the end of the meditation is that we leave you in that frequency of love of the Holy Trinity. And the reason why we do that is because at a soul level, we remember what that feels like, that frequency is. And so when we are back in our 3D life, 4D life, we just notice how long you hold that frequency, because you can tell when you're in it, because you feel good. you feel good. And so just notice it when it starts to dissipate, because the more often you do this meditation, the longer we relearn to remember. We remember how to hold that for longer periods of time. And this is parts of the meditation you can do anywhere, anytime. Bringing those images of grandfather or grandmother to you, the image of the sunrise or sunset. You can do that anytime, anywhere. And the more often that you do that, you put yourself back into that frequency. And And sometimes, I do that quite often, actually, because, trying to remain grounded and to be in a good place, to be there for my mom. But, it's also for Star Nations too, because it gets kind of busy and you can get in your head a lot. And so to be able to be in that frequency. Yeah. And Christine is saying, thanks, feels good. Good. You're back. Okay. And Connie, how are you doing with it? Minnie, I'm just checking on you guys just to make sure that you're completely back in your bodies. Mato, how are you doing? Just wanted to make sure that everybody is back in their bodies, their physical body. And if you're feeling kind of floaty, like you're not quite there yet, back in your body, you can tap the floor with your hands if you're laying on the floor. If you're sitting in the chair, you can kind of stamp your feet on the floor a little bit, tap them on the floor to get you back. Oh, good. Mato, you're here. Good. Connie is saying full of peace. Yeah, it feels so good, doesn't it? And if, sometimes taking a drink of water, grandmother Earth, that's her blood. I mean, that she gives that to us, right? And sometimes to get grounded and to get back into your body is drinking some water will help too. Clapping your hands, getting you back in your body. This is a very ancient, our ancestors knew this frequency quite well, and knows what it was like to be loved by Grandmother Earth and Grandfather Sky. And so we're remembering and many of us who've been doing this meditation for a long time, it's, we recognize it. When we're in it, we know it because we can feel it. Some people sense it with other ways. Maybe it's a color. Maybe it is a certain sound that they hear. And so it's going to be your individually unique to you and how that feels to you. That's why I had you turn your attention to, noticing it. What does it feel like to you? Where do you feel it in your physical body? So that you have a way of being able to tell if you do that in the middle of a grocery store checkout, and because you can tell, right? You can tell that you're there. Pat, you're here. Pat Baines here. I'm back. Nice experience. Hi. Oh, I'm glad you made it, Pat, and that you had a good experience with it. It's the frequency of love. And it does shift everything around you. It's like that pebble in the water, that ripple effect, right? And just notice how long you stay in that frequency, how long you can hold the frequency. The more often you do the meditation, the longer you'll be able to hold it. It's like exercising a muscle in a way. Yeah. Yeah. And it feels good. That's why I'm double checking how everybody's coming back, because it feels so good. You want to kind of stay out there, right? And Minnie says, I'm back feeling dreamy. Yeah. And I also know that getting to a point of relaxation, that's why we spend so much time on the body, making you here, now, present before we actually start, bringing your attention to your physical body and how it feels, right? That's bringing your mental mind to the present time, and noticing what it feels like to be in your body. Because I tell you what, I know during a work day, during the daytime, we're so busy. We're so busy that sometimes it just our mind is further out, planning, thinking, than actually being here in the moment, right? That's good. Excellent, you guys. And the thing is that we're from all over. When we do this through the live stream, we're from many, many different places. And so we raise the frequency to the frequency of love in the place that we're at. And we are also turning our attention to the universal energy that flows through our crystalline tube. We're all taking in the same energy. Mine isn't different than Minnie's in Michigan or Christine's in Iowa. It's the same universal energy that's flowing through us. And so we're sharing that. We're sharing that coming through our crystalline tube. And so it really connects us. It connects us. Rochelle, how are you doing? I know you were listening. And so I'm just checking on everybody to make sure you guys are doing all right. So the unity breath. We do this once a month, usually the last Tuesday of the month, unless I have a guest that, sometimes we have to kind of move things around a little bit. But we'll always have the unity breath meditation, and usually on the last Tuesday of the month. Good. Excellent. As I'm sitting here, I'm broadcasting from Star Nations Academy. This is where I'm doing all the live stream shows from now. I'm sitting across from the altar, and I have a teaching Buddha statue on the altar. And I have to say, when I was guiding you guys, he was all sparkly. So I think our spiritual teams really like when we do this, because it raises our frequency, and they can send. We hear them much more better when we're at a higher frequency, and so they like it. So be mindful of your dreams, of the synchronicities. Because you're in the frequency of love right now. And Rob, you're still here. Does that mean that you're here, or you're still kind of floaty, kind of out there? Just checking. The Star Nation's Temple of the Sparkly Buddha. Yes. If I could turn the camera around, I would. I used to broadcast in the mornings with so that everybody could see that the altar behind me. And then when I broadcast it in the evenings, I had to turn everything around because the sun was so bright. So instead of going back and forth, I'm just doing it this way now. I'm not switching the studio around as much as I was doing. So, well, I'm glad you're back, Rob. Good. I'm just waiting to hear back from Rochelle. Hopefully she's okay. Maybe she fell asleep. So, if you guys have any questions at all about the unity breath or any aspect of the components that we went over, the crystalline tube, the imagery is important, but it's more important about the emotion, the love that you feel about how you feel about those images that you used. And the more often you use them, the clearer they become. And feeling it. Yeah. Ginger always comes to me, our dog that we used to have, about the grandmother earth. She always comes to me. That we're walking. There's this one time we were walking on the property between here and the house, and that fall we had a lot of golden color, and Ginger was kind of a reddish gold, right? She was a golden retriever, and the leaves are falling, and the sun was out, kind of twinkling through the leaves, and it was just gorgeous. And having her running around, and how the leaves sound, and so that's one of my images. The other one I always go to is Parfrey's Glen, which is part of the Baraboo Bluff system here in Wisconsin. I've taken students there. I've taken good friends, sisters there, to go drumming. It's a hike in. It's gorgeous there, and so that's one of the other places that comes to me is in the imagery. I just love that place. And for me, the night sky. When I was a kid, I used to stand outside and look up at the stars, and wanting to go home. And so now when I use that imagery, it's how much I love my homes, both of them, the one here and my star home, and feeling the love that I have for them. or how the sun feels on a cool day and you're standing out in the sun and how that feels, the warmth of it, right? So, your imagery is really important, but more important is how you feel about it, because their feelings are the ones that ground that frequency to the earth plane. And can you imagine? Can you imagine if we did this kind of meditation all over the world at the same time? And I know that we've done that. Many groups have done that, and they do. It does affect the environment. It's been proven many a time. What's Rob saying? He's saying she might have left. She was having tooth problems. That's true. That's true. And one of the two, you can tell that I've been doing regular live stream shows, native live stream. And then when I come back to be live, I forget I can show your comments. So I'm showing a couple of them, as you can see. Yeah, it was a nice experience. I love doing this meditation. I love guiding it. And I love doing the meditation. When I first started working with Drenvelo Melchizedek, I was activated my Merkaba. I think that was in 2002. Doing this meditation in the old-fashioned way, the old way, every day for 90 days. Yeah. And so, you get used to feeling that frequency and remembering what it feels like. And yeah, it's good stuff. All right. Next week for Communications from Home, I don't have my shows scheduled quite yet. So we'll see what comes up, what Spirit would like us to do. And I will let you know. Tomorrow night is Rochelle. Get Rochelle on the brain. Tomorrow night is Polly Joe. Maybe I need to get back in my body. It's Soul Connections with Polly Joe LeBay. And that particular evening with her is all about healing. And those of us who are light workers and healers, sometimes we don't work on ourselves. We don't go to our own healers. We don't carve out the time for that, right? And so Polly Joe has given us the opportunity to do that. And so it's a guided meditation. We're working with our own individual spiritual teams and working on our own frequencies, whether we're clearing blocks or healing something. So that's provided. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Oh, wait, I forgot. She's doing an earlier time tomorrow because she's got some stuff to do tomorrow night. It's going to be at noon tomorrow. It's a good thing I caught that. Noon Eastern is when Soul Connections is going to be live streaming. Yeah, it's full moon, and so she's doing some full moon ceremonies tomorrow night. So she moved Soul Connections up to noon Eastern time. Yes, noon Eastern. And that's just for tomorrow, this week. Next week, she'll be back at her usual time. So if you want to join her at noon tomorrow, that would be fabulous. I will be there, and noon Eastern. And then Thursday, I'm beginning to call the last Thursday of every month Star Nation's Elders Day. Because our elders in Star Nations that's the day that they have their shows. And so starting with Connie is in the chat room right now. Connie Shira-Vader, her show, Spiritual Mysteries of Life, is on Thursday at 9:30 Central Time, 10:30 Eastern. And Connie is sharing about the spiritual mysteries. And so I tell you what, I love producing the elders shows. I love being able to sit and listen and learn and take in their wisdom, right? And so Connie's show is on Thursday morning, and then Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is the Mystery School, and that is with Ortune and Carl Franklin. I get to produce their show, so I'm usually right there with them on the show, and we're talking about death and beyond on their show. It's going to be a good one because we got Carl, who is going to be helping us understand what he sees and senses beyond the veil. And so join us. It's going to be a good show. Yeah. And Connie, I can't remember, Connie, we were going to be talking about the spiritual mysteries of life. And Connie comes from a position or perspective where she is a channel, and she also channels Mother Mary, and so it's a very loving show and a very supportive show for us who are consciously walking our path, and those of us who are brand new to it. So join us. Minnie is saying, I remember beginning and the images and just the sunset sunrise link with grandmother and grandfather's sky at the end. Nothing in between, no crystalline tube, nothing. Yeah. The crystalline tube, that's the commonality. That's the thread that brings us together into, because we're breathing the same energy. We're taking in the same energy. Nothing. Yeah. Oh, those images, we could, there's so much love flowing when we bring those images in. It feels so good just to stay in those images. And we know now that the imagery that we use, our mental mind can't tell the difference between the image that we're bringing to us or if we're actually in that environment physically. That's interesting, isn't it? And, and the Kogi Mamos, who taught this to Drunvalo, the way that they do it, and they call it becoming human, is that the medicine person or the holy person, they go into a cave and it's dark. There's no light. And for 9 days, there no water, no food. And they are, they call it dancing. But it really is more like a swaying, to sway back and forth. And it's kind of like a trance dance, actually. That's how I would describe it. And they're remembering the secret language of the heart. And there's a certain sound that they hear when they know that they've gotten to that point of listening to the silent language of the heart. And when they're done, they say that that person is now human. Yeah. And so when Drunvalo was bringing this to the Western culture, he said, I knew the industrial human was never going to be able to make it those 9 days. And so he adapted it with the Kogi Mama's blessing to do that. And so this is the meditation that he came up with. Connie, she says, my love tank feels full. Yes, it does, doesn't it? It certainly does. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for being with me tonight and being here for the meditation and doing the meditation with me, being in that frequency of love. And we'll be doing this again next month. The last Tuesday of the month, we'll do the Unity Breath meditation. And we'll see you next week for Star Nation's Communications from Home on Tuesday night. And have a good rest of the evening. And please, just notice how long you stay in the frequency of love. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.